Hi guys, this is Julie Kedzie, and I am here with the co-main event for Invicta Fighting Championships 4. Now, I've got some pretty feisty ladies here this time around, and this is going to be for the Bantamweight, I guess just we don't know if it's a Bantamweight contendership. For the Bantamweight. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
We haven't heard anything about belts, we haven't heard anything about that. I think that's kind of in the back of everybody's mind, so I'm going to ask you first, Alexis. Where do you think this fight might take you? Where would a victory in this fight take you from here?
I say whoever wins should be at least, if they're not going to give us the title, then it should be for the fight for the title.
The fight for the title. Like number one contender within the division.
Sure.
Yeah. And last time you faced Baszler, you didn't come out on top.
No, I did not.
You didn't. So what?
I ended up standing at the end, but it wasn't much.
What are we bringing to the table this time around? Like, what skills do you have now that are going to take out Shayna?
Oh, I have skills. I've been, I didn't want to release it yet, but I've been practicing secretly my gymkata skills. It's the ancient art of gymnastics and karate. Me and my friend Carol, we kind of do it on the sidelines, a couple backflips, some spin kicks in there, my karate chop. Now she's gonna be scared.
Now she's gonna be scared. But I understand, Shayna, that you are pretty confident that you're going to take this fight again. Zombie killing outweighs gymkata skills, apparently. So what are your thoughts on coming into this fight? I mean, this is a rematch of a fight that you won, and you said, in an earlier interview, you think it's nonsense that it was called a close fight. So what are we going to do with that?
Well, it's the whole deal is it was so long ago. Both of us have improved so much that I don't think you can really look at that and find any real pertinent information to today from it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, with her newfound gymkata skills and my newly refined zombie fighting skills, it brings two whole new elements to the fight. So,
I have been watching Walking Dead, though, just so you know.
The Walking Dead has very creative ways to kill zombies on there, so...
So we're going to see some carnage, is what you're saying.
Definitely there will be some carnage.
That's good. That's
gymkata carnage. I actually have a question for both of you ladies. Now, I think that there's been a lot of things in the press, a lot of focus on the 135ers, the female 135ers in the sport, and I don't see your names being brought up a lot. Now, we fight for a pretty amazing organization, Invicta Fighting Championships, but obviously there's a lot of developments going in the Ultimate Fighting Championships. How do you feel about where you are in the division, and how do you feel about what's going to happen next? Shayna first.
No pressure.
Good question. Good question. I do feel like, I keep saying it, I finally hit my stride. And if people have been talking because of fights I've had in the past, then they're really going to be talking with these recent fights and this fight and the fights with Shayna V2 that have surfaced. So I really feel like now is the best I've ever been. And it's so cliche, everybody says that, but it's really true. And I said before that if this was a video game, I really feel like Shayna V1 would be a completely different character. So to say the cliche thing, I'm a totally different fighter than I was, is a total different meaning when I say it, because that Shayna doesn't even exist anymore. And as far as where this fight takes us, I think, truthfully, Alexis and I are two of the best fighters in this division. And it's just like you said, it seems like people miss that in their conversation. And I'm sure she's just as frustrated about it as I am. But, we keep taking bodies and names. People can't stay quiet forever. So my job is Alexis Davis, and that's what I have in front of me right now.
And how about you?
I think the one thing that in the public eye that's selling so much is more of your verbal backlash, people. And man, I'm just a Canadian. I can't do it. But it's it's coming in strides. I think I've developed a lot, you know, even just from fight to fight, and to be able to keep active. That's the only thing, the only element I think I'm missing in my game. Like, I think, like I said before, that both Shayna and I especially are the one, like, submission skills. I think both of us at the top of the game here, and we have more than one submission, you know, other than an armbar, but I'm not saying anything.
And we're not afraid to show it off.
Awesome.
But I think that's the only thing that's missing out of my game, is just be able to kind of verbalize and, you know, talk smack. And, you know, I've developed so much as a fighter over the years, and I think I have just as much skill as, you know, the people that are sitting, you know, higher than I am. And that's the only thing. That's the same thing. You just got to take what's in front of you.
Okay.
And Shayna, and that's, well, the one thing about Invicta is that they're helping they're pushing fighters from, you know, from people who are starting at amateur to fighters like us who have been, you know, in the game for a while, and they're giving us opportunities that, you know, maybe Dana White or Sean Shelby hasn't looked at before.
Okay, well, I'm going to pretty much hand it over to you guys. I want you guys to honestly just tell each other how you're going to eviscerate each other on Saturday night. So we'll start with you, Alexis. Tell Shayna I'm not even here anymore.
I'm going to drop kick you in the face.
You're just lucky I didn't bring my lightsaber this time.
Oh, you know what? I was kind of hoping it was going to come out.
You were probably practicing lightsaber defense in your katas.
I was a little bit, just a little bit.
Smart, which is exactly why I didn't bring it.
I did get a nunchuck for Christmas, I'm not gonna lie.
A nunchuck?
Just one. Only one.
I have a little fury in this fight because you stole our ham and call it bacon.
Oh,
So
it's
you're
peanut
Canadian.
So there you have it, guys. If anything, please buy this Invicta card just to see America reclaim swine.
And you know what? It's not a beanie, it's a toque.
Yeah, Invicta 4, US versus Canada.